everybody, and welcome back to the most extra Star Wars trivia show outside of Lando's Cape Wardrobe. TankTop Trivia. I'm your host, GJ Stoutimore, and tonight we're once again diving into the most bizarre and tangential Star Wars lore.
No.
You all know the drill. The drill. I get great pleasure of bombarding our guests with questions from obscure behind-the-scenes fare to the weirdest facts about the galaxy far, far away. We're pulling out all the stops. So cuddle up with your Twilight companion. Get cozy, because we're about to get weird. TankTop Trivia. First things first, let's welcome back our guest, SeanTankTop. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, trivia. What do you know? I'm doing good,
these
man.
Deadbeats who owe me a lot of questions.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing good. I mean, a little discouraged. I got 0 fucking points last episode, and but like, there's an element sometimes where just like with how like granular and how enraging some of those like answers that I'm missing are, and like my instincts to go with like the dumbest sounding one is kind of and not doing that is coming back to bite me.
Your own head a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? So like I wear it like a badge of honor, like not knowing some of this shit sometimes.
Well,
even though I do like winning, and I do like getting these things right and shit like that.
Well, and the two people that watch this show are going to be delighted to know that soon we're going to have some guest appearances on folks who are really deeply steeped into the lore, who are going to be competing directly against you, Sean. So this is going to be delightful.
Okay,
so
cool.
It won't only be me throwing pelters at you. They'll also have a chance to bury you in.
Oh my god! I'll be your own
personal
stormtrooper, just taking shots. You know
You're
what I mean?
shooting
like,
blanks, and we're just
absolutely.
taking you down.
Yeah, I can't fucking hit. I couldn't hit fucking water if I fell out of a fucking boat. Yeah, absolutely.
If you've watched before, we're gonna dive. We have a category every week, and Sean gets 4 questions, intentionally obscure, designed to make him fail. And we're going to be jumping into some of those right now. Today's category, actually, Sean, before I get into the actual category itself, let me ask you a question. Did you ever play the Shadows of the Empire video game or read
that was a big one for me. I mean, that was kind of like the ramping up of like, I think they started to debut some of that stuff around when they were sort of gearing us up to get back into Star Wars before the prequels came out and shit. And so it was like they released like the VHSs like in like 1995, and then like 96, 97, they rolled out the Shadows of the Empire thing. They had the game, they had the book. I read the book. There's that really fucking like hot ass scene with fucking Xizor, and he's like seducing fucking Leia and stuff like that, you know?
All right, so listen, don't get too deep into this, because the category today,
I might actually have a shot this time. All right, I'm ready.
This might be your best chance. Your category today is Shadows of the Empire. Okay. And even though some of the stuff from this has been retroactively brought back into canon, we're going off of the book and video game that was retconned and put into the Legends canon.
Right, yeah.
So it's the stuff that you would be familiar.
Sure.
I may have anticipated that you might know this a little bit, so I went extra deep into my knowledge bank to try to find things that might trip you up. But hey, Sean, just real quick question for you before we start. Why didn't Black Sun make it as a criminal organization?
Why didn't they make it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Why?
Because their leader was Faline.
Oh, I hate you. I hate you so much. Like,
you're welcome. You're welcome.
Really, I mean,
listen,
that was deliciously terrible.
Let's play TankTop Trivia. Question 1.
Let's go.
Why was Dash Rendar originally present at the Battle of Hoth? Is it A, to deliver food supplies, B, to deliver weapons, C, to deliver shield generators, or D, to get the rebel leadership out?
Ooh, I want to say...
Yeah, that was the best, most intense, thoughtful
expression.
I mean, like,
because I'm really trying to. I'm trying to draw from something here. I'm trying to remember exactly. I mean, because he's in the Battle of Hoth, and I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, and it would make sense that he would be trying to maybe bolster like the shield generators, but that seems really slapdash. And from what I recall. He's called Dash Rendar. Right. I mean, like slapdash Rendar. Like, but he's also is he a bounty hunter or is he a smuggler?
He's a smuggler.
That's what I thought.
He's
just a Han surrogate because we don't have Han like in the show.
Yeah. Why was Dash Rendar originally present at the Battle of Hoth? Was it A, to deliver food supplies, B, to deliver weapons, C, to deliver shield generators, or D, to get rebel leadership out?
Shield generators. I'm gonna go shield.
C, shield generators. Final answer. Okay. Sean, like the many Star Wars fans who think the Jedi Order is infallible and above reproach, you were also, man, I flubbed that up, didn't I? You're dead wrong is what I'm trying to say. You're completely wrong. The answer is A, to deliver food supplies.
Right on.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to hop over and learn a little bit more about this, and then we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
One theme you're going to get from this video is that this story and game, well, the game was cool, but the story itself isn't my favorite, and I'm just not that impressed with the new characters. I don't love Dash Rendar. He's clearly a stand-in for Han Solo. He's even wearing a kind of vest of sorts, which is, weird. But the TLDR is he's a more rough around the edges, a swashbuckling smuggler than even Han Solo is, and ultimately, he'd done some business with the Rebel Alliance before the events of Shadows of the Empire, and he was on Hoth in the first place to deliver foodstuffs, along with, some blasters for Leia, which, don't tell Sean. But anyway, the TLDR, I keep saying TLDR, he delivers the foodstuffs, gets embroiled in the story, and then ultimately we're led to believe he dies, but in the end we know he escaped. That's Dash Rendar. Go read it yourself.
Well, TankTop, you did scratch the surface of some thoughts there, but you weren't quite
just bringing blue milk to the people
feel?
Out there. Fucking Dash Rendar and shit like that. Getting sustenance to those motherfuckers and shit. I don't know. I guess I wonder. I mean, maybe it was like a rotating thing. I'm just trying to. But food makes sense. I mean, it makes sense for sure. We needed to pack those we need to pack those weird little like carrots that Luke is eating, is eating, and Yoda tries to steal from him.
That Yoda's stealing,
exactly.
and mocking. By the way, how do you get so big eating food of this kind? Right. Well, let's jump into question 2 and see if again, I want to say I have confidence in you. I have confidence.
I want to say that I have confidence in you. Thanks, Gabe.
Think more deeply about this than before.
Jesus Christ.
Question 2 is on Coruscant. Darth Vader had this disagreement with Emperor Palpatine. Concerning this subject, I guess I should say. A, the capture of Luke Skywalker. B, Prince Xizor's punishment. C, allowing the plans of the Death Star to fall into rebel hands. Or D, what to do with Black Sun.
I mean, I'm thinking... it's either Black Sun or it's Luke. But what hit me with those one more time, just so I just...
Sure. The question was, on Coruscant, Darth Vader had this disagreement with Emperor Palpatine. Did they disagree about A, the capture of Luke Skywalker, B, Prince Xizor's punishment, C, allowing the plans of the Death Star to fall into rebel hands, or D, what to do with Black Sun?
Shit, I mean, I think the punishment, because I remember, he wasn't, punished. He was, because he gets blown up in the end of that book. And so, I mean, even though I know that, but they are, a force to be reckoned with. And they, so I'm going to go D, what to do with Black Sun. That's what I'm going to go with. Yeah.
D, what to do with Black Sun.
Luke, do
you sure? Do you want to change your answer? I'll give you 5 seconds to decide.
The
3.
God damn it! No,
2,
let's go Luke. Let's go Luke.
1.
It's super central to the fucking plot and everything.
Yeah, the capture of Luke Skywalker. Okay, the thing is about this, Sean, there are so many answers that are close. And one false step can get you electrocuted and launch out of the Chancellor's office. Just ask Mace Windu. You are wrong. The answer is C, allowing the Death Star plans to intentionally fall into rebel hands. Darth Vader thought it was a stupid idea, and it was, turns out.
Yeah.
But that's the one thing I love about back then. It's like they had to write the Emperor knew everything. I'm allowing this to happen. Why would you do that?
What would that?
Not really
explain.
Right.
It's that anime big brain genius shit.
I allow them to have it so I could crush them more thoroughly later
or something. Basically. Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense. Okay, so letting the plans for the second Death Star. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the Bothan spies. At the time, it was still Bothan spies.
I think I misunderstood that a little bit. I thought they were disagreeing about the first one. But that's just maybe I
no. They're still hashing out that old argument.
Yeah, it's I wouldn't let him live it down. Honestly. That's a colossal fuck up on of something that you would never let anyone fucking forget ever. Almost like Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know what I mean? So you bested Space Hitler 3 times and you just never finished the job? Why?
Yeah, you just
What
let
for?
him go,
And then the other one,
or at least Space Goebbels, like whether or Himmler.
seriously,
I'm not
like,
sure he's. I think
yeah,
Hitler might be
that's
old
Papa
Palpy,
Palps, but yeah, big time. Ugh, yeah.
In my opinion, the most interesting thing about this entire book is how Darth Vader is engaged in this sort of rivalry with Prince Xizor of Black Sun. Of course, it's not really a rivalry, but it's more of a, well, I guess it is, for the attention and favor of Emperor Palpatine. Ultimately, the reason I say it's not much of a rivalry is because we know where the Emperor is going to be settling his attention. It's going to be Darth Vader. But Xizor does everything he can to kind of be a thorn in Vader's side, and Vader sort of endures it for a while. And one of the ways this comes up is Prince Xizor was the one to suggest allowing the Rebel Alliance to have the Death Star plans. We're talking about the second Death Star here. And ultimately, this ends up to be a huge, huge mistake, and Darth Vader kind of spots it from the beginning. He doesn't want to do this. He advises the Emperor against it, but he goes ahead and allows it to happen. Now, we see throughout the story that it's pretty clear that Prince Xizor is trying to kill Luke Skywalker. He somehow knows that he's Darth Vader's son, and on top of that, he's doing it just to get at Vader, just to undermine him in front of the Emperor, and Vader only suffers Prince Xizor for so long until ultimately, I keep saying ultimately, man, I'm repeating a lot of words in this video today, he decides to... So Xizor takes it one step too far, and the punishment for going after Skywalker is Vader destroys his skyhook and ends the Crime Lord's life.
On one hand, that was the whole thing behind the Black Sun rivalry with Vader. Is that they wanted to kill Luke Skywalker, and
you don't have to fucking like pat my fucking head, okay? Like I got the shit wrong.
No,
I got the shit wrong, or whatever. Like, oh, you're kind of like not wrong. Oh, really? Give me a point then, fucker. Come on, like.
No,
that's what I thought. Okay.
But I am going to give you a chance to answer the third question. All right. This one you kind of alluded to already, so we'll see how you do. Question 3. Prince Xizor's advances on Leia are halted because of this timely intervention. Was it A, Chewbacca at the door, B, a knee to the groin, C, Luke Skywalker arrives, or D, Darth Vader attacks Xizor?
Chewbacca at the door. Final answer.
A, Chewbacca at the door? Okay, well, Sean, sometimes I wonder if Saw Gerrera was right. Because when you thwart me, I want to feed myself to more gullet. You are correct.
Goddamn right.
Correct, you've done well.
More gullet will show you the truth. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I remember that.
Let's hop over real quick to hear about this, and then we'll get back and chat about it more.
My hate for Prince Xizor is pretty unparalleled. I can't stand this guy. He's written to be some kind of Don Juan, and I haven't read the book in a while, but from what I remember, I should probably go back and look. But I'm not sure the author necessarily disagrees. I think he's really proud of this character, but he uses his feline hormones to unwittingly seduce, and we have other words for that now, women to sleep with him, and then he ultimately discards them. He tries to do this with Princess Leia, and for a while she kind of falls under the spell, but Chewbacca pounds on the door, kind of breaks things for her. She's able to figure out what's going on, and she is able to resist him. We know, of course, because she has the power of the Force. But ultimately, Prince Xizor's a creep. This scene is pretty gross, and I'm really glad he gets kicked in the or kneed in the balls pretty hard.
There it is, Sean.
More gullet.
The truth has been exposed.
We know the truth about getting about like.
The thing is, I was hoping to throw you off because technically she does go back in there with him, and he's like, his skin is all red. He's trying to like seduce her, and then she does knee him in the groin.
But I remember Chewbacca like breaks the spell of it kind of in a certain sense. Like, exactly. Like, and then I think she eventually, right. So, I think, because like both of those are true.
Yeah, she plays along for a while after that, and then knees him in the crotch.
Yeah. But,
so yeah, you were correct.
That fucking that furry little cock blocker over there, just fucking like just yeah. And I think it's like a specific pheromone that he.
It's the feline pheromone,
emits that makes like humanoid beings.
They really overwrote him as this like Don Juan.
Oh my god, absolutely. I mean, like it's like.
Like, yeah, he was just, I was like, this is
I mean, like,
disgusting,
well, no, it's sort of, I mean, like we've seen and like we've had in the past.
There was very
like
little
animation,
like
only up until like the last like maybe 5 or 10 years. We're just jacking off to this shit. You know what I mean? Like, and that's, I mean, it's which is fine. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. You know, like you want to fucking. Yeah. You know, those pages of fucking Shadows of the Empire will be stuck together forever and stuff. You know, like.
No, Jesus. But there is a chance. We've set the bar for you generally in this show as 50%. You've gotten out of here okay. So you're 1 for 3. Let's see if you can make it 2 out of 4. Just answer this simple question, and you'll get out of here with your head hung high. You ready? Question 4. The human replica assassin droid GURI, who is tasked by Prince Xizor to kill Luke Skywalker, was created by these Imperial researchers. Was it A, Bevel Lemlisk and Qui Zooks? B, Candor and Ebb? C, Simonel and Thrumble? Or D, Townsend and Jennings? You're never going to get this
You're going to have to tell me
You're
again.
never going to get this one.
Can I have any assurance that you have not made up? So, like, are you taking some of these names from other, like, are some of these other incorrect names shit that you've made up?
There's only one pair that isn't a Star Wars pair.
Just somewhere in the canon or in the legend.
That's right. Well, only one of them does not. I tried to make that the obvious no. But all right, I'll read them again. I'll just do the whole thing. The human replica assassin droid GURI, who was tasked by Prince Xizor to kill Luke Skywalker, was created by these Imperial researchers. Bevel Lemlisk and Qui Zooks is A. B is Candor and Ebb. C is Simonel and Thrumble. D is Townsend and Jennings. I can never get the Thrumble out.
It's right. You wanted something? That's why I'm going with it. Thrumble. It's the
You're gonna go with Simonel and Thrumble?
Dumbest name on the list. It's the dumbest name on the list.
I think that Bevel Lemlisk and Qui Zooks is pretty. It was because you can't see the spelling of Qui Zooks.
Maybe,
you can't see the screen.
But Thrumble, like it's like a Harry Potter character escaped and like.
Thrumble reminds me of like the claymation.
Yeah, totally.
1,000%.
Yeah, absolutely. I think but I think it's the dumbest one. I think it's the stupidest, dumbest, shittiest piece of fucking garbage one, and so that's what I'm gonna go with. Let's go. Let's do it.
All right. I would have picked Bevel Lemlisk and Qui Zooks, but I appreciate your methodology here.
Would you have picked it because that's the correct answer? Like, what the fuck are you're leading the witness over here? What's going on?
I'm not saying anything yet. I'm just saying that's what I would have picked.
Okay, as far as what's the dumbest one. Okay, sure, I got you. Qui Zooks is pretty
just
rough,
going on the dumb names.
Yeah.
And Bevel, B-E-V-E-L, Lemlisk.
Yeah.
Like, my God.
Jesus.
All right, you're still going to go with Simonel and Thrumble? See? All right. All right, Sean. Well, Obi-Wan once straight up lied to Luke Skywalker about what happened to his father, and I suppose he did so to save him the pain of the truth, or maybe so he could use Luke to kill his father later on. I don't know. But I won't lie to you, especially to save you any pain. You are correct, Sean. What a guess. The answer is Simonel and Thrumble, and we are going to learn about this awesome twosome here right now.
Okay, spoiler alert, there isn't a lot of information about Simonel and Thrumble, but we can talk about GURI. GURI is a pretty significant character from Shadows of the Empire. She's a human replica droid and serves as the personal assistant, bodyguard, assassin, and, whatever, for Prince Xizor of the Black Sun Syndicate. She was created and designed to be almost indistinguishable from a human being with superior strength, agility, and combat skills, highly intelligent, can carry out complex missions, and was an invaluable asset to Xizor. She played a key role in his operations, including carrying out assassinations and other covert tasks. Basically, she finally manages to be free of her programming because she does survive the events of Shadows of the Empire and links up with Dash Rendar later. Interesting. Anyway, thanks Simonel and Thrumble for creating this character that was given almost nothing to do.
And by the way, Bevel Lemlisk was the original creator of the Death Star in the books. Okay. And then Qui Zooks was the designer of part of the technology. Well, it turns out Simonel and Thrumble were the ones responsible for GURI, who, let's be real, in some of those books, like designing like an assassin droid to be your personal sex robot as well.
Well, yeah, dark. Absolutely. I mean, dark. Because it was. Well, it's Xizor, and he's a fucking bona fide fucking fuck machine, and like so he's gonna pour every drop of alien cum.
Bevel Lemlisk would never.
No, absolutely not. Well, like, or it's like They're like that. You know what they are? They're like that. What was it? That William Sadford character in Blade Runner. The guy, like the guy who makes like the weird fucked up the guy who makes the replicants and shit like that. And he's hanging out with like a bunch of like weird like clown, like clown little people and stuff like that. And I don't know. But it's like one of those things where just like, I mean, like, listen, like you're probably fucking these puppets, but you got enough class to at least fucking like hide.
By the way, Candor and Ebb are famous Broadway playwrights, so I knew you wouldn't know those. I almost put like Hammerstein and
that would have been a little.
There,
that would have been a little on the like.
Yeah, I figured just because of your knowledge of
totally,
movies, you would know.
That's a good. That's
that.
a nice one.
Listen, folks, we're out of time for this episode of TankTop Trivia, but thank you for joining
us
on this wild ride through the galaxy far, far away.
Read it right there, 50%.
Yep, 2 for 4. Sean's happy with that 50% F. But remember, we're back every Tuesday for more unhinged installments of the most extra Star Wars trivia you've ever seen. Until then, goodbye, good night. Remember, if a creepy feline crime prince is around and his skin is turning red, you don't need a Wookiee to interrupt things.
Just kick him in the balls and fucking shadow of these fucking nuts over here. That's what's going on.
Bye-bye.